have an issue. The issue that we've got at the moment is if we scroll down the page, you might notice if we scroll slowly and up and down, it kind of doesn't really work as well as it should do. And the reason for that is obviously, well, not obviously, but of course, these two loops don't finish if we scroll up and down the page as quickly as possible. And the reason for that is then this inner HTML original content is based on this kind of randomness. So this randomness gets more and more random, especially if you do it really quick, because it's, you know, basically setting it from scratch every single time. You can see here it's going pretty weird. So we want to fix this. How do we fix this? So what I want to do is set this original content to the tag itself. So whenever we update the original content, basically it's not kind of in the works already. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to my header tags. And for each, when we want to run on page load, basically I'm going to set in my JavaScript and my HTML what the original content was. So I can keep track of what it should be whenever I run really, really quickly. So in here, what I'm going to do is also say on my tag, I've got a data set that I can use. And on the data set, I want to set the original. The original is just a word that I've made up. It's just setting it into this tag. It's kind of like baking it into the tag. What do I want to bake into the tag? Well, in here, I want to make this equal to the tags inner HTML and basically saving this to the tag itself so that when I use it and change it later on, I can actually refer to the original stuff. Now, I'm not using this anywhere right now, but I can use this code elsewhere. So where do I want to use this elsewhere? So if I scroll back up, when I start running this run random, the first thing it's going to do is take the current inner HTML. But if this is currently doing something with randomness, it will take this randomness and make it more random. But I don't want it to be the original content. I want it to be this thing that I've just saved, this dataset.original. So I'm going to take this dataset.original and make sure this isn't currently in the works by just replacing it with dataset.original. So here what I'm doing is setting this on page load and never changing it. I'm never updating this in any way apart from once. And then when I run random, it's always going to refer to that. So now if I scroll up and down the page, it doesn't have any problems as it did previously because I'm not in flight, let's call it. So I'm currently not scrolling up and down the page really, really quickly. So it is referring to the original text, not the in-flight text and running it again. So this is a small tweak, and sometimes we need to do this whenever we run set interval because there is things in the works. Unfortunately, it's slightly annoying, but it's something we have to deal with. So by doing this, we can use this .dataset to bake this into the tag itself.